I've been actually doing it all. I've been making tools in the Unity Asset Store, and I've been pretty much trying to find myself. I've been trying to find really what my vision of as a business is, and what is it really that I wanna do. Who do I wanna target? So like, who is my target audience? Who am I gonna be actually making products for? And 3 years back, I started working on a game called Stigma World, which a lot of you will know. That game didn't really sell millions of dollars. I'm not super rich, but it did get downloads. I worked day and nights, and I started super excited to work on it. I went through ups and downs. It affected my family. It basically changed me as a professional. And a lot of people say, that game sucks. It doesn't have these cool mechanics. That's not a AAA game. It's pretty easy to judge in the indie game industry. The indies are super helpful. I'm talking about from the outside world, and the main reason why I say that is because making a game is hard. Making a game takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of work. It will change you. Like I said, it basically, you have to be obsessed. You have to work super early. There were days where I was working, waking up at 6 in the morning, and then not even sleeping all the way up to 3 a.m. on the next day. So I had a couple hours of sleep, and then go to my day job, and everybody's like, Dylan, what happened with you? Why are your eyes so red? And anyways, it's very hard. But I had a lot of takeaways. I'm pretty happy that I went through 3 years of development, because that's pretty much what helped me make better games, better products, better tools. I learned a lot, guys. I learned a ton. There were just so much marketing research, studying. I read a lot of books, and I'm not gonna lie to you and say that I knew it all, because I honestly didn't know anything about it. I was just basically a mid-level C# developer with a love to making games. So that was 3 years ago, and now you might ask, well, Dilmer, that was a failure, and you didn't really become rich, and blah 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 blah. And what I can tell you is I learned so much. And if you look at the Stigma World, which took me 3 years, and then you look at my new products, my new games, such as Cubix, which I'm super proud of. I love that little game, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there have played it, and you love it as well. And that game was really interesting, and how it was just, to me, it was perfect. In every game that we make are perfect, but there's a lot of things that you can take away from each game. And Cubix somehow turned out to be what I really wanted to make. And funny enough, that game only took me 3 to 4 months. And I always say that in social media, because to me that's huge. I took a game that took me 3 years. It didn't really do well, and then right after started a game that only took me 3 months. So why did it take me 3 months versus 3 years? And a long story short, it was basically project management. When I was working on my first game, I didn't do very well organizing my task. I didn't basically write anything down. I just basically started working on the game engine and adding a lot of mechanics, adding a lot of complexities, and I didn't have a vision of what I wanted to have on the final game. So with Cubix, it was different. If you heard of software development methodologies such as agile, stream programming, waterfall, so Stigma World had more of a, I don't know that it was a waterfall approach, but I just threw everything that I wanted to make into that game and I just went in and coded it. I didn't sit back and really thought about how long it was gonna take. So with Cubics, that from the very beginning, I did market research. I tried to find out who my target audience was. I decided how many levels I was planning to have. And some of those they're not gonna be right on the, I'm gonna have 100 levels and it's gonna be 100 levels, but at least you wanna make sure that you stay within the boundaries. The same thing with the features. I knew I wanted a very basic, minimalistic game, basic menu system, 1 to 3 mechanics at most. With Stickman World, I didn't even ask that question. I wanted to make the next Limbo or the next Super Mario, and I just wanted to do it all, and that didn't work out that well. So from the first game to the second game, that was a success. Again, it didn't make me rich. It didn't make me what you think it would make somebody, in the 2000s when indie games were just coming out, they were just making millions. But that wasn't really my goal. My goal was the learning process. The takeaway that I had is I learned a lot. How could I improve on the next game? So there goes Cubics. Then, after that it just got better and better and better, where games were taking me much less. I had a process down, I had the architecture down, I knew what I was doing. And that's what I wanted to tell you in this video is make sure by all means that you look at failure not as a negative factor, but as a positive thing. Make sure that you do what's called a retrospective, and you do a retrospective on and ask the questions such as what didn't I do well on the previous project, and compare that to what you did well on another project. And looking at the outcomes on different projects are going to help you in the future to become a better game developer or an app developer. So I hope this was very informative for you and you find this helpful. And stay in touch, because I'm going to be creating a lot of different videos. These are very, there's a lot of information that I'm telling you here, but I'm gonna be showing off some of my work. I'm currently working on apps, and some of you might say, why are you working on apps if you've been working on games for so long? And I'll tell you more about that in the next videos, and I hope, again, this was super helpful. Stay in touch. Subscribe in YouTube. I'm completely new to this. I'm gonna be honest, this is exciting, and I hope you find it exciting as well. Thank you guys.